Hi guys, this is just to say some people can see your potential brother and sister years before you or we can, and I'll be really honest, there's some people that want you to stay small, or me to stay small, or whoever's shining a bright light to stay small. It goes back to, it was talked about in the Bible, like it's all based in pride and ego. There's a part in the scriptures where it says the disciples are arguing amongst themselves to see who's the best. I'll give you a quick example. You can be going to an establishment, right, and volunteer or something like that. Like you can be doing what seems to some people as a menial job. Let's say, for example, you put out, you're a brother or sister that puts out chairs or hoovers a church or whatever, right? And, behind the scenes, you're working on your relationship with God. You're really getting close to God. In fact, you're so close to God and your light shines so bright, it intimidates people. You don't do it on purpose. Like, that's just one example. So what someone that wants to dim your light will do, rather than take you aside and say, look, brother, look, sister, you really know your scriptures well. You got a really close personal relationship with God. Let me just come along you, disciple you, and maybe, you could get a not a higher position. There's no position that's higher than any other in God. God scans our heart, right? It's all about heart posture. But what I'm saying is, a person that's humble and not and secure in themselves and not in competition will come alongside you and trust you with something, maybe a bit more responsibility, let's say, for example. But, these people that are, I'll just be real, like that have got envy in their heart and they're in competition, wouldn't do that. They'd leave you sweeping the floors and putting out chairs for the rest of your life, because basically their ultimate goal is to keep you feeling small. This is true. This goes on in all sorts of circles. So what I'm saying is, find a group of people that are not in competition with one another. Find an establishment, whether it's church or it don't have to be church. It can be, it can be in the workplace. It can be, find people that acknowledge your gifts and your dedication. Because like I said, this can be done so covertly that some people miss it. But when you're awake, you see these things, You could, another example in the Bible, it's a bit extreme, but Joseph's brothers were so jealous of him and saw his light and potential, tried to dim it. They put him in prison for years. They wanted him dead in a pit, dead. This goes on. It's so sad, because before God, our hearts should be pure. We should be secure in ourselves and know who we are. And some of these people, man, they'll do anything to try and make you feel as though you're not worth anything, even in God's eyes, Yeah, it's all learning. It's just, I call these people Lightdimmers, like I said, a true person that's secure in herself, humble, will encourage you, not covertly try and keep you in a box or small. We're to be, we're just we can only be ourselves, brothers and sisters, but I've actually seen this in my own life. Some people that are on the receiving end of this, They've got a great relationship with God. They spend time behind the scenes with God in their word, praying for people, praying for themselves, deepening their relationship. And it's so sad that some people are so full of pride and want to get one up on one another and don't want certain people to be acknowledged or respected even. That's how deep it goes sometimes. You know, they just rather keep you swept under the carpet. But praise God, like, you know, this is just my testimony. This is just something I want to say is that, you know, eventually you will find your people. Like, if you're around people like that, they're not your people. They're not on your side anyway. They're covertly trying to keep you small. So this is just to say, be wise and eventually you'll find some good people, like I said, that are secure in themselves. They got nothing to prove. They're not driven on ego. They're driven by God's love. That's how we all should be. We should be driven by God's love and not trying to get one up on one another and trying to keep people from seeing their full potential, because that you can dress it up all the way you want. That is wicked. That's pure wickedness. So anyway, I hope this message has helped someone. All I'm saying is, like, do the work on yourself and your relationship with God. That's the most important thing. And then you will see these things for what they really are. And anyway, God bless, loads of love. I hope that's helped someone.